So a new update's been released for CSGO. Let's take a look at what's in store. So as of last night, August the 3rd, Valve have released another update for CSGO and they've titled it Second Shot. So that should give you a bit of a clue as to what this update's about. Mainly what this affects is the AK-47, the M4 and the M4A4, and it's simply an update to how the recovery system works. Aside from this, before we get on to all of this, there has been some minor sound changes to the 5.7 and the P250, and the Tech 9 and a few other weapons as well. But I won't be looking at those in this video, instead I'll be taking a look at the new updates to the main rifles. So what has this update actually done? Well, first you should know that it only affects the AK-47, the M4A1-S, and the M4A4, so basically the main rifles in the game. And essentially what it does is affect the recovery time of each weapon. So if you don't know what the recovery time is, it's the time between when you take a shot or a burst or whatever, and after you've taken that shot, it's the time it takes the weapon to reset to its default accuracy level. Because normally after firing a few shots, the accuracy will decrease, hence why there is spray patterns and all that, but this is the time it takes for the accuracy to reset to its default level as if you haven't taken a shot already. So now what they've done is they've changed recovery time so that it's no longer a fixed value for a particular number of bullets you've fired. It's instead ever changing and it increases the longer you fire for, and this is regardless of whether you reload or not. So if you fired a long round of bullets, it will take longer for the recovery time to reset to its original level. If you've just tapped, it will be much faster. So this is what's represented by these two graphs. The first one is tapping the AK-47, with the update in yellow and before the update in grey, and what it shows is that if you continuously tap, the accuracy is far better and more improved with the new update because only one bullet is fired. And with the actual spraying part, you can see that as more bullets are fired, the recovery time increases beyond what it was before. So if you haven't guessed already, Valve are essentially trying to encourage tapping and bursting, and trying to encourage people to use as few bullets as possible in any engagement. So how does this affect you as a player, and what should you do to take advantage of this essentially? So one of the many pitfalls of this update is that spraying more than one enemy in a short span of time is heavily punished. So instead, it's better to simply tap or do a short burst at both enemies, or just try and kill them both with one spray down, although that would be particularly difficult. It is therefore likely that you'll see more and more players with this style of gameplay who favour bursting and tapping, becoming more and more favoured in teams, etc. Unless of course Valve decide to change this, which is also quite likely, because as they mentioned in the update notes, that they'll be tinkering with the settings to improve it as people want and as they give feedback on the Reddit posts, etc. So if you do want to give feedback, that's the way you can do it. Also by playing games, and they'll be picking up the statistics from this, seeing what they can do about it and improve this. Or, if the backlash is big enough, they'll probably revert the update again, just like the last time they decided to mess with the AKs and M4s. There is actually an interesting side effect to this update, as Moses CSGO pointed out, the caster. That is that jumping accuracy using this update seems to have improved. So when you're at the top, the apex of your jump, the accuracy is actually better than before the update. So hopefully Valve will sort this part out as well, unless it doesn't have as detrimental an effect as I think it will. So yeah, that's the end to this video. Thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this quick sum up of the new update and what it brings to the table, please leave a like, and as always, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe.